Welcome to Lesson 14.11, AI and the Future of Grant Work. This AI Spotlight lesson examines how artificial intelligence is transforming our profession and how you can position yourself to thrive in an AI-augmented landscape. Before we proceed, an important disclaimer: predictions about AI's future impact are inherently speculative. The landscape is evolving rapidly, and specific predictions may not materialize as described. What we discuss represents thoughtful analysis based on current trajectories, not certainties about what will happen. With that caveat, AI capabilities have advanced remarkably in recent years. Large language models can generate coherent text, analyze documents, summarize information, and assist with research tasks that previously required significant human effort. These capabilities directly affect grant work. Understanding both the opportunities and limitations of AI tools helps you leverage them effectively while maintaining the human judgment that remains essential. This lesson explores how AI is changing grant practice, identifies skills that remain distinctly human and valuable, considers how the profession may evolve, and provides guidance for staying relevant as technology transforms the field. Neither uncritical embrace nor reflexive rejection of AI tools serves grant professionals well. Thoughtful engagement with these technologies, understanding both capabilities and limitations, positions you to use them effectively while preserving what makes human practitioners indispensable. Understanding current AI capabilities provides foundation for assessing impact on grant work. These capabilities continue evolving, but present functionality already affects professional practice. Text generation and writing assistance represents perhaps the most visible AI capability for grant professionals. Large language models can draft text, suggest revisions, rewrite passages for different audiences, and help overcome writer's block. The quality of generated text has improved dramatically, producing prose that is often coherent and sometimes compelling. However, generated text requires careful review for accuracy, appropriateness, and authentic voice. Document analysis and summarization help manage the volume of information grant professionals must process. AI tools can summarize lengthy documents, extract key points from funder guidelines, and identify relevant sections across multiple documents. This capability accelerates research and preparation without requiring manual reading of every page. Research and information gathering receives AI enhancement through improved search, source identification, and information compilation. AI tools can help identify potential funders, gather background information about foundations, and compile relevant statistics for need statements. The quality of research assistance varies significantly by tool and task. Data analysis and pattern recognition helps identify trends, compare metrics, and analyze program outcomes. AI tools can process quantitative information faster than human analysis, potentially identifying patterns that manual review might miss. Translation and accessibility support expands reach by enabling content to work across languages and formats. These capabilities can improve accessibility of grant materials and expand funder research across language barriers. AI applications in grant research demonstrate how technology can enhance this foundational activity. These applications range from currently available to emerging possibilities. Funder database queries and matching increasingly incorporate AI features. Some prospect research tools use AI to match organizational profiles with funder priorities, potentially identifying opportunities that keyword searches might miss. The quality of matching depends heavily on the underlying data and algorithms. Foundation portfolio analysis can be accelerated through AI examination of grants databases and 990 filings. Tools can identify patterns in what foundations fund, typical grant sizes, geographic focus, and priority shifts over time. This analysis informs whether pursuit makes strategic sense. Deadline tracking and calendar management applies AI to workflow organization. Smart calendar tools can track submission deadlines, reporting requirements, and cultivation touchpoints. While not sophisticated AI, these organizational aids prevent missed deadlines that can be professionally costly. Competitive landscape assessment examines what other organizations are doing in your funding space. AI tools can analyze publicly available information about competitor programs, funding sources, and strategic positioning. Understanding the competitive landscape informs differentiation strategy. Trend identification across funding areas helps you anticipate where funding priorities are moving. Analysis of funder communications, grants awarded, and public statements can reveal emerging priorities before they become explicit in guidelines. Positioning for emerging priorities provides competitive advantage. These research applications demonstrate AI as enhancing human capability rather than replacing it. The tools provide information that humans then interpret and act upon strategically. AI applications in proposal development offer significant productivity potential along with important limitations requiring attention. Understanding both helps you use these tools effectively. First draft generation and brainstorming can accelerate the writing process. AI tools can produce initial drafts based on prompts describing what you need, generate multiple approaches to presenting information, and help overcome the blank page challenge. However, AI-generated drafts typically require substantial revision to achieve quality suitable for submission. Grammar and style checking has long been available but continues improving. AI-enhanced writing tools catch errors, suggest improvements, and help maintain consistent style. These capabilities help polish text but cannot substitute for clear thinking about what the text should communicate. Consistency review across sections helps ensure proposals hang together coherently. AI tools can identify inconsistencies in terminology, numbers, and descriptions across different proposal sections. This capability is particularly valuable in complex proposals where maintaining consistency manually is challenging. Tailoring content to funder priorities represents an emerging application. AI tools can analyze funder guidelines and suggest how to adjust content to better align with stated priorities. This capability requires human judgment about whether suggestions actually improve proposals and maintain organizational authenticity. Translation and plain language conversion helps adapt proposals for different contexts. AI can translate between languages, convert technical language to accessible prose, and adjust reading level. These capabilities expand who can understand your proposals, but require verification that meaning is preserved. In all these applications, AI assists human writers rather than replacing them. The technology accelerates and enhances, but does not eliminate the need for human judgment, creativity, and expertise. Critical AI limitations must be understood to use these tools responsibly. Overestimating AI capabilities creates significant risks in grant work where accuracy and ethics matter enormously. Hallucination refers to AI generating plausible but false information. Large language models sometimes produce text that sounds authoritative but contains fabricated facts, invented citations, or incorrect statistics. In grant work where funder trust depends on accuracy, hallucinated content can be professionally devastating. Every AI-generated fact must be verified through reliable sources. Lack of genuine understanding and reasoning limits what AI can actually do. Current AI systems process patterns in text without truly understanding meaning. They cannot reason through novel problems, apply judgment to unprecedented situations, or evaluate whether their outputs make sense. What appears to be understanding is sophisticated pattern matching. No access to current or proprietary information constrains what AI knows. Models are trained on data up to certain dates and cannot access information published after training. They have no knowledge of your organization's internal operations, your funder relationships, or confidential information that informs good grant work. Inability to assess ethical dimensions means AI cannot evaluate whether proposed actions are right or wrong. Ethical judgment requires human values, understanding of context, and capacity for moral reasoning that current AI lacks entirely. AI can generate unethical content as readily as ethical content. It has no preference. Missing organizational context and relationships limits AI's ability to provide contextually appropriate guidance. Good grant work requires understanding your organization's specific situation, history, and relationships. AI lacks this context entirely and cannot acquire it through conversation. While AI transforms many aspects of grant work, certain skills remain distinctly human and likely will continue to be so for the foreseeable future. These human essential skills become more valuable, not less, as AI handles routine tasks. Relationship building and maintenance depends on genuine human connection. Funders develop trust through interactions with people, not with algorithms. Cultivation conversations, site visits, networking at conferences, and ongoing communication all require human presence and judgment. AI cannot build relationships on your behalf because relationships require authentic human engagement. Ethical judgment and values alignment requires human moral reasoning, evaluating whether proposed approaches are right, navigating conflicts between competing values, and maintaining integrity under pressure all demand human conscience. AI can help with many tasks, but cannot provide the ethical grounding that professional practice requires. Strategic thinking and organizational positioning involves understanding complex organizational contexts and making judgments about direction. Where should the organization go? Which opportunities align with mission? How should limited resources be allocated? Strategic thinking requires wisdom that AI cannot provide. Creative problem solving in novel situations draws on human adaptability. When standard approaches do not work, when unprecedented challenges emerge, when situations require innovative responses, human creativity becomes essential. AI, trained on past patterns, struggles with genuinely new problems. Authentic voice and organizational representation requires humans who embody organizational identity. Proposals should reflect organizational culture and values. Communications should convey genuine organizational perspective. AI can generate text but cannot authentically represent who you are as an organization. Professional roles in grant work are evolving as AI changes what tasks require human attention. Understanding these shifts helps you position yourself for continued relevance. From writer to editor and quality controller describes how AI first drafts shift your role. Rather than producing every word, you increasingly review, refine, and ensure quality of AI-generated content. Editing, fact-checking, and quality assurance become more prominent while raw text generation becomes less central. From researcher to analyst and interpreter reflects how AI can gather information while humans must make sense of it. Your value shifts from finding information to analyzing what information means, interpreting implications, and recommending actions. Information gathering becomes less distinctive, while interpretation becomes more valuable. From technician to strategist and relationship builder elevates your role as routine technical tasks become automatable. Strategic judgment about which opportunities to pursue, relationship cultivation with funders, and organizational leadership on grant strategy become more prominent aspects of professional contribution. From individual contributor to AI team collaborator changes how you work. Rather than doing everything yourself, you increasingly work with AI tools as collaborative partners. Managing this collaboration, directing AI capabilities appropriately, and integrating AI outputs with human judgment becomes a core competency. From specialist to integrator and translator expands your role beyond narrow grant expertise. You become someone who integrates AI capabilities with human judgment, translates between technical and organizational perspectives, and bridges technological and human dimensions of work. Funders are developing perspectives on AI use in grant applications. Understanding funder thinking helps you navigate this evolving landscape appropriately. Emerging funder policies on AI-assisted applications vary widely. Some funders explicitly prohibit AI-generated content. Others acknowledge AI use while requiring human verification. Still others have not yet addressed the question in their guidelines. Checking current funder policies before using AI assistance protects against violating funder expectations. Concerns about authenticity and verification drive much funder caution. Funders want to understand the organizations they fund through authentic organizational voice. If AI generates proposals, funders worry they may be funding compelling text rather than compelling organizations. They also worry about accuracy of AI-generated content. Interest in efficiency without losing quality represents more positive funder perspective. Many funders recognize that reducing administrative burden on applicants could be beneficial. If AI helps organizations produce better applications more efficiently, this could serve everyone. The concern is ensuring efficiency gains do not come at quality cost. Questions about disclosure and transparency remain unsettled. Should applicants disclose AI use? If so, how specifically? What constitutes AI assistance versus human work with AI tools? These questions do not yet have clear answers in most contexts. Evolving expectations as landscape shifts means policies and norms will continue developing. What seems innovative today may be standard practice tomorrow. What seems acceptable today may become problematic as norms develop. Staying current with funder perspectives requires ongoing attention as the landscape evolves. EIUs in grant work raises ethical considerations that responsible professionals must navigate thoughtfully. These considerations extend beyond funder policies to professional integrity itself. Disclosure obligations and transparency involve questions about what you should reveal about AI use. Even when funders do not explicitly require disclosure, does professional ethics require acknowledgement? The answer may depend on extent and nature of AI assistance. Wholesale AI generation differs from AI grammar checking. Your professional conscience must guide you. Verification responsibility for AI outputs rests with you, not with AI tools. When you submit AI-assisted content, you take responsibility for its accuracy. Hallucinated facts, fabricated citations, and incorrect statistics become your responsibility when you submit them. Verification is not optional, it is the minimum ethical requirement for using AI. Preservation of organizational authenticity matters when AI-generated content might not reflect genuine organizational voice. Proposals should represent your organization authentically. If AI generates content that does not reflect who you actually are, submitting it may be a form of misrepresentation, even if technically accurate. Equity implications of AI access raise fairness questions. Organizations with resources to access sophisticated AI tools may gain advantages over those without such access. This could exacerbate existing disparities between well-resourced and under-resourced organizations. The equity dimensions of AI in philanthropy deserve attention. Professional standards in AI use are still developing. Professional associations have begun addressing AI ethics, but comprehensive standards do not yet exist. In the absence of clear guidance, your own ethical judgment becomes particularly important. Practical integration of AI into grant practice requires thoughtful implementation rather than wholesale adoption or categorical rejection. These guidelines support responsible AI use. Identifying appropriate use cases helps you apply AI where it adds value. AI works well for first drafts, grammar checking, summarization, and brainstorming. It works less well for strategic decisions, relationship management, ethical judgments, and authentic representation. Match tools to tasks appropriately. Establishing verification protocols protects against AI errors. Every factual claim in AI-generated content must be verified against reliable sources. Statistics, citations, funder information, and historical details all require confirmation. Build verification into your workflow rather than treating it as optional. Maintaining human judgment throughout ensures you remain in control. AI tools should assist your judgment, not replace it. Review every AI output critically. Ask whether the content makes sense, whether it accurately represents your organization, and whether it serves your purposes. Never submit AI output without thoughtful human review. Building AI literacy across teams enables responsible organizational use. Grant teams should understand what AI can and cannot do, how to use tools effectively, and what verification is required. Literacy enables good judgment that ignorance prevents. Documenting AI use for accountability creates records of how tools were used. What did AI generate? How was it modified? What verification occurred? Documentation supports accountability if questions arise and helps organizations learn about effective AI integration. The future of AI in grant work remains uncertain. Considering multiple scenarios helps you prepare for various possibilities without claiming to know which will materialize. Scenario 1 envisions AI as productivity tool under human direction. AI helps with drafting, research, and analysis, but human professionals remain clearly in control. Grant work becomes more efficient but not fundamentally different. Humans continue doing what they have always done, just faster and with AI assistance. Scenario 2 envisions AI transforming but not eliminating human roles. The nature of grant professional work changes significantly. Routine tasks become automated while human roles shift toward strategy, relationships, ethics, and quality oversight. The profession evolves substantially, but human practitioners remain essential. Scenario 3 envisions dramatic restructuring of grant practice. AI capabilities advance to the point where much traditional grant work can be automated. Human roles become much more limited, perhaps focusing only on high-level strategy and relationship work. Many current practitioners would need to substantially reinvent their professional contributions. Scenario 4 envisions backlash and return to human-centered processes. Concerns about AI quality, ethics, and authenticity lead funders and organizations to explicitly value human-generated work. Premium emerges for demonstrably human content. AI use becomes stigmatized rather than celebrated. The actual future likely combines elements of multiple scenarios, varying by funder, organization type, and grant category. Preparing for multiple possibilities serves better than betting everything on a single predicted outcome. Staying relevant in an AI-augmented field requires intentional development. These strategies help you thrive regardless of which future scenarios materialize. Develop skills AI cannot replicate by investing in relationship building, strategic thinking, ethical judgment, creative problem solving, and authentic representation. These human essential skills become more valuable as AI handles routine tasks. Double down on what makes you distinctly human and valuable. Learn to work effectively with AI tools because AI proficiency increasingly matters. Understanding what different tools can do, how to prompt them effectively, and how to integrate their outputs with your work becomes a core competency. AI literacy differentiates practitioners who can leverage these tools from those who cannot. Stay current with technological developments because the landscape continues evolving. What AI can do today differs from what it could do last year and will differ from what it can do next year. Continuous learning about AI capabilities and limitations keeps your understanding current. Build relationships that transcend technological change because human connections remain valuable regardless of technology. Strong funder relationships, robust professional networks, and reputation for integrity provide value that AI cannot replicate or replace. Relationships built now will continue mattering whatever technologies emerge. Maintain ethical grounding as your foundation because integrity remains essential. Technology changes what is possible but does not change what is right. Ethical practice, honest representation, and professional integrity matter as much or more in an AI-augmented world as they ever have. Your ethical foundation provides stability amid technological uncertainty. Let us examine a scenario illustrating both benefits and challenges of AI-assisted grant work. A grant professional facing a tight deadline decides to use an AI tool to draft a proposal. She provides the AI with funder guidelines, organizational information, and the program description. The AI generates a complete first draft in minutes rather than the hours manual drafting would require. Benefits are immediately apparent. The draft provides starting point that overcomes blank page paralysis. Multiple drafts exploring different approaches can be generated quickly. The professional can evaluate options rather than being committed to her first approach. Problems emerge upon review. Several statistics in the AI-generated draft cannot be verified, appearing to be hallucinations. The voice is generic nonprofit prose rather than reflecting organizational culture. Descriptions of the program, while plausible, do not match how the organization actually operates. Some content from funder guidelines is reproduced rather than responded to. Resolution requires extensive work. Every statistic must be verified and replaced if inaccurate. The generic voice must be revised to reflect authentic organizational identity. Program descriptions must be corrected to match reality. the extent of revision approaches what original drafting would have required. Lessons emerge about appropriate AI integration. AI provides starting points, but not finished products. Verification is essential, not optional. Voice and authenticity require human attention. The time savings from AI first drafts can be offset by verification requirements. AI works best when humans remain critically engaged throughout the process. Organizations should thoughtfully address AI integration rather than leaving individual staff to navigate alone. Organizational considerations support consistent, responsible AI use. Developing organizational AI policies provides clarity about expectations. What AI uses are approved, what verification is required, what disclosure applies. Clear policies prevent inconsistent practices and protect the organization from problems that unclear expectations enable. Training staff on responsible AI use builds organizational capability. Staff should understand AI capabilities and limitations, verification requirements, and ethical considerations. Training ensures that AI use across the organization meets quality and integrity standards. Ensuring equitable AI access prevents disparities within organizations. If some staff have access to AI tools while others do not, inequities result. Organizations should ensure consistent access to approved tools rather than creating technological haves and have-nots among staff. Maintaining quality standards with AI integration requires attention as workflows change. How will quality be assured when AI assists production? What review processes ensure that AI outputs meet organizational standards? Quality maintenance requires explicit attention as processes evolve. Adapting workflows for AI collaboration involves rethinking how work gets done. Where does AI assist most effectively? How do human and AI contributions integrate? What new steps like verification must be added? Workflow adaptation enables effective AI integration rather than awkward bolt-on use. This final lesson has explored how AI is transforming grant work and how you can thrive in an AI-augmented field. AI brings both benefits and risks. Productivity gains, research assistance, and drafting support offer real value. Hallucination, lack of understanding, and authenticity concerns create real risks. Thoughtful integration captures benefits while managing risks through verification, human oversight, and ethical judgment. Human essential skills become more valuable, not less, as AI handles routine tasks. Relationship building, ethical judgment, strategic thinking, creative problem solving, and authentic representation distinguish human practitioners. Invest in these skills as your sustainable professional advantage. Professional roles are evolving from production to oversight, from research to interpretation, from technical tasks to strategic contributions. Embrace this evolution by developing capabilities that complement rather than compete with AI. Position yourself for the emerging professional landscape. Ethical grounding remains fundamental regardless of technological change. Integrity, honesty, verification, and professional responsibility matter as much or more in an AI-augmented world. Your ethical foundation provides stability and differentiates you in a landscape where AI can generate content but cannot provide conscience. The Grant Architect identity you have developed throughout this course integrates technical excellence with human judgment, ethical grounding, and relationship capability. This integrated professional identity positions you to use AI effectively while preserving what makes human practitioners indispensable. Thank you for your engagement throughout the Grant Architect course. You are now equipped to practice with competence, integrity, and strategic vision in whatever future emerges.